major crackdown in Pakistan has put more than 100 Chinese nationals under detention. The action was taken as Pakistani authorities moved against alleged illegal call centers operating in the country. The detained Chinese nationals are reportedly being questioned as part of the investigation into suspected telecom fraud and illegal call center operations. The case has now caught Beijing's attention, with China calling for stronger international cooperation against telecom and online fraud. Chinese officials say their nationals operating overseas must respect local laws and must not participate in illegal activities. The development comes as China steps up its campaign against fraud networks operating beyond its borders. China's foreign ministry has reiterated its tough position against telecom fraud and related crimes. Beijing has also said it is working towards an international alliance against telecom and online fraud. The call for wider cooperation comes days after the arrests in Pakistan. The Pakistan operation centers on alleged illegal call centers. Authorities are investigating the role of foreign nationals, the functioning of the facilities, and the financial trail linked to the suspected fraud. The operations allegedly relied on telephone-based fraud to target victims. Investigators are now looking at how the centers were established, who operated them, and where the money generated through the alleged scams was transferred. The detention of more than 100 Chinese nationals has made the operation particularly significant, but the investigation is still underway, and detention does not establish guilt. Authorities will now have to establish individual roles and identify the wider network, if one exists. The case also raises questions about the infrastructure behind these operations. Who arranged the premises? Who provided the communication systems? Who recruited the operators? And where did the money go? These are among the key questions investigators are expected to examine. The crackdown in Pakistan has now drawn a direct response from China. Beijing says it has consistently maintained a tough stance against telecom fraud. China's foreign ministry has said Chinese citizens living and working abroad must obey local laws. The message comes amid a wider Chinese crackdown on nationals accused of involvement in overseas fraud networks. Beijing has previously targeted alleged scam operations in Southeast Asia, including networks operating from Myanmar and Cambodia. And now, Pakistan has entered that wider picture. The latest action highlights the growing focus on Chinese nationals allegedly linked to telecom fraud operations outside China. For Beijing, the issue is increasingly being treated as a cross-border criminal challenge, and China wants other countries to work more closely with its agencies to tackle it. China's campaign against telecom fraud has already produced a massive number of arrests, prosecutions, and convictions. By the end of 2025, Chinese courts had sentenced more than 41,000 people repatriated from northern Myanmar for involvement in telecom fraud. 16 were handed death sentences. 39 were sentenced to life imprisonment. China's Public Security Ministry has also said more than 258,000 telecom fraud cases were solved in 2025. The figures underline the scale of Beijing's campaign against organized fraud. China has increasingly focused on fraud networks operating outside its borders. The crackdown has involved cooperation with foreign governments, repatriation of suspects, and investigations into alleged scam compounds. The latest Pakistan operation now adds another country to that list. And Beijing now wants the crackdown to become global. China says it is working towards launching an international alliance against telecom and online fraud. The proposal comes as fraud networks increasingly operate across national borders. Beijing wants countries to strengthen information sharing, coordinate investigations, and pursue criminal networks operating across jurisdictions. For Pakistan, the immediate focus remains the investigation into the alleged illegal call centers and the more than 100 Chinese nationals detained. For China, the case is another reminder of the challenge posed by overseas fraud networks. The next stage of the investigation will be crucial. Authorities will have to establish whether the detained individuals were directly involved in the alleged fraud, identify the operators behind the call centers, and trace the financial transactions linked to the case. And for Beijing, the message is already clear. The fight against telecom fraud cannot stop at China's borders. As Pakistan investigates the alleged call center network, China is pushing for countries across the world to join the crackdown. The arrests may have happened in Pakistan, but Beijing wants the next phase of this battle to be fought globally.